You are on Tawira Radio, Tawira TV, Johnson Sengendo. Today we are in line of investment. We are in line of business. Today we are here in Abu Dhabi. There is an association, there is a club for Ugandans. They came together and they made an organization, a club, whereby they do business. It is Ugandans in Abu Dhabi Investment Club. Today they are having annual general meeting where they are going to change the leaders and they get new leaders. So today they have invited many officials from Uganda embassy, from the Uganda community in Abu Dhabi, and they are going to celebrate here in Abu Dhabi. So now you people who are over there, you watch what's going to be happening here. Today evening, Tawira TV, we are bringing you the investment opportunities here in UAE. These people, they have done a lot and they are investing all their money in Uganda. They are employing many Ugandans in Uganda and they are going to be enrolling new members. So stay tuned on Tawira TV. You are going to watch whatever they are going to do in this gathering. It is annual general meeting for the members. We are expecting the leaders from the Ugandan embassy. We are expecting the leaders from the Abu Dhabi community and the AUU to see whatever they are doing for Uganda and Ugandans here in Abu Dhabi. Johnson Sengendo, stay tuned. You are going to watch whatever is going to happen here in Abu Dhabi.
I would like to use this particular moment and start the dinner function officially with a word of prayer, and the person who is going to actually take care of that session of the part of the session, none other than my General Secretary. So welcome.
Yeah. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Good evening.
Robert Ananias Sintu is my name, and I'm the General Secretary of UGADU Investment Club. At this moment, I would like to request all of us to humble ourselves for a word of prayer before we proceed. Heavenly Father, we thank you so much for this beautiful moment. We thank you for the gift of life. Thank you for each and every body that is here. Those who have managed to sacrifice their time and make it here, we thank you for that. We thank you for the other members who are not here, but they are alive. We thank you, Lord. We thank you for this club. We thank you for everybody that has sacrificed their precious moment, to sacrifice their finances, to see that our goal comes to reality. It's been such a long journey that we started this since 2019, but today we are here to celebrate you, Lord. Without you, we are nothing. I would like to thank you for all the endeavors we've been through. It has not been an easy journey. There's lots of ups and downs here and there, but with you, we've been able to reach here where we are, and we believe in you alone that the sky shall not even be the limit. UGADU is going to strive. UGADU is going to be a mentor for many other people. UGADU is going to be a blessing to our lives, our families, our children, even after us. I believe that those who haven't heard about UGADU, they will be interested in being a part of us, Lord. Father God, as we gather this evening, we pray that you guide us to speak wisdom, to speak life to each and everybody, and continue blessing us. In Jesus' mighty name I have prayed. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you so much. I would like to officially say you're most welcome once again. Feel at home. We're going to enjoy one another in a sense of talking business and economics, basically economic empowerment. To give you a brief history as to why we're here today, it is a constitutional mandate for all members of UGADU to usually have an annual general meeting every calendar year. Like I said, we've been in existence since 2019 until today, and we're moving further and further and further. So today, the 15th of December, marks our 2023 annual general meeting dinner, and I would love to again to say you're most welcome. People from the embassy, you're most welcome. People from the West Bay, you're most welcome. The general members of the club, you're all most welcome. Mr. Ismail Kedi, you're most welcome. For now, I'll hand over the mic back to the MC as we proceed according to our program.
We're going to have reports from the achievements, I think reports of achievements, and will be followed by the financial report where we'll know centers of finance. So the future initiative will be going on where we'll be discussing plans and projects and everything else, prospects. Of course, we'll have a moment where the handover, because we've just elected the new executive committee, but we have the outgoing executive committee, so we'll be handing over certificates and everything and appreciating them for being such a great team, a great pack of leaders. So that will be followed by a speech from the guest, the representative from the embassy. Ooh. Yes, yes, we need the embassy to understand that we are here with them and they are there for us. Yes. So, followed by networking and refreshments. So at this very, very juncture, without further ado, I'm going to welcome my investment chairman to come and break down the report of the achievements and everything else that followed. You're most welcome, Mr. Investment. Yes.
Yes, thank you very much. I want to take this opportunity again to welcome everyone for coming. Thank you for making some time to come and share with us this moment. On my own behalf as well, I want to congratulate the UGADU members who have come this far. It's been a long journey, full of ups and downs, but here we are. And I'm sure we are going to see, we have a very long way to go. So we had better be ready because the best is yet to come. Now, I want to take you through, because I know there are some members that are new, who are here for the first time, who might not know what we are up to as a club. UGADU Investment Club started in 2019, and I'm its second investment chairman. The first investment chairman was Mr. Ronnie, the MC. So from him, I took over, and I continued with what the progress that he had done. So I would just take those who are here for the first time, most especially people who have come from the embassy, to see what we are doing. Yeah, what we are doing, what we have done in the previous past, since 2019 when we first came together and decided that we do this revolutionary job. So UGADU Investment Club, what are we up to 2024? But before we go to what are we up to 2024, let's look at what we have done in 2023. What have we accomplished so far? We acquired land. So we acquired 40 acres of land in Nakaseke in 2019. 40 acres of land, so that's a piece of land. We did the surveying of our land and marked our boundaries. We started with building a farmhouse, which is complete now. So we bought land. We did the surveying of the land. We built a farmhouse. Then after building farmhouse, we prepared part of the land for seed, for fields, planting fields. Yeah, the fact that at the back of our mind, our final destination is dairy farm. If you want to do a dairy farm, the first thing you do is prepare food for the animals. So we started with planting the fields. Then we started on the fencing, and we put the caretaker in place. So to give you some few details of those, our 40 acres of land. That's a picture from one of the areas in our land. So that represents our land. It doesn't show the full land, but this is just part of it. But it's 40 acres right there. That gentleman you see there was a surveyor. So we planted the stones. These stones are supposed to help us mark our boundaries. So you see this small part here? This is one of the stones. So we put stones around our land to mark the boundaries. So the surveyor also was able to confirm that the actual volume of land that we bought was that. The farmhouse that we built, one bedroom house. It has 2 rooms, bedroom and the other room. That's the one, but it doesn't look. Very recently we installed solar on it. We are lighting the village. So now the village is, see at night they don't have to put on the candles. They can catch light from our farm, the people of Nakaseke. Then, during the process of planting the fields, we had to do land preparation. So this was the time when we were plowing the land. We did 3 plows, the first plow, the second plow. This plowing was done on the 10 acres because our land is 40 acres. So for 10 acres, we cordoned off 10 acres for fields. So this is the picture you see, the red picture here, on the left side, after the 3rd plow. You will see, there are some people there. Those lines were put by the technocrats who are doing the planting of the seeds. So we have done the planting of the fields. So this is a video when they were planting. You can see people. So now you know that already UGADU has started employing people because the people who did the planting for us are our neighbors. So we had to gather manpower from the village, and they came and were paying them quite some good money, and they did the planting for us. So we have already started employing. Even before we start getting anything out of it, we already employing our people. They had just planted these, they have not yet germinated, but at least you can see our land is also wet. You can see water, it was raining at the time, but it's a very fertile, watery land, so we will be able to get the best out of it. It's just a matter of time. See, the people you see in the background, they were able to put some food on their tables for that time when we were planting, because we employed fruit from the village. Then we did the fencing. The 10 acres that we had selected out for animal feeds, we had to fence them. Otherwise, the animals can encroach the fields, because our neighbors are farmers. So we didn't want the animals to affect our gardens. So we did the fencing. So this is how we started the fencing. The right one is a video. You can look at how it was going. Yeah, so far, if you count the fencing that we have done on the area where we're putting our feed, our garden, we have done almost 30% of the total land fencing. We already started employing people. We have a caretaker on the farm who is getting a monthly payment, who has a medical insurance from us, who also gets food. We feed him and give him salary as well. So if you want to have a look at the current look of our garden, this is how it looks. If you look at this picture on the side, you find some parts, the seeds were washed away by the rain, but our guy who contracted to do this job for us, he's already replacing them. He's putting back the seeds that are washed away by the rain. So that's a video look of how the garden looks like. In this garden, not all of this you see is actually seeds. Some of them are weed. So we are starting the weeding. Weeding process has already started. They are now weeding this. And according to the technocrat, our garden is doing fairly well. Once it's weed, by the time we do the first the initial harvest, our garden will be doing very well. And of course, this being the first time we cut, after the first time, the second germinating phase would be the best one. So then we'll be able to get good fields from the garden. So we did this on 10 acres of land. 10 acres of land. So we will be able to get, because according to the technocrat who is doing the work for us, we are looking at harvesting for the next 2 years. We should be able to get up to 60 tons of feed, of silage. We are heading to the third phase now, which includes building the silage bunker and putting up animal structures. When I talked to the technocrat who is going to help us build a bunker, he suggested that we do a bunker that has, most people in Uganda, their bunkers, in Africa, most of the people who don't have too much rain, their bunkers don't have the shade, the top shade. But he suggested that we do the shade because of the rains. Yeah, there's too much rains in our area, so we need to have the shade. So this bunker, this is one, it's one of the suggested ones, but there are some other options. So we shall have a look at so many other alternatives before we decide which one to go with. But this one is one of the structures that he suggested, that we could get something like this. And this one, the picture, if you look at this, it's on the top, but ours will be down in the ground. We shall start from ground to the top. Then we have another proposal for the hay barn. Hay barn is a shed, the shed that keeps hay. Hay is the things I also don't know very well, but I know for sure it's where the animal feeds that we harvest dry. We keep them in a shade like this that allows aeration. It's only covered on top, but in the sides, air has to keep going through them. So this is also the proposed hay barn. When I was talking to a guy who is our contractor who is supposed to build for us this, he said this is what he wants to make for us. So I've taken you through from what we have done, what we have so far achieved, and what we are hoping to achieve tomorrow. So taking you through. So we also have a proposed fencing for because I told you we've already done 30 acres, 30% of the fencing that is required. So we need to do another 70%. So this is the suggested fencing style. We'll get very strong rods, then treat them down and have them planted and put singenge on them. Put the, how do you call it singenge in English?
Barbed wire.
Barbed wire. So put barbed wire, like 3 lines, the way we did on the other one. 2 or 3. Then, on top of that, we shall be able to plant the germinating, how do you call them? Those plants that germinate. Sprouting plants. So we shall use sprouting plants in the poles. Some examples of the sprouting plants? Rukoli, yeah. Rienje. Rukoli. We call it rienje in where I come from. Then there's another one that sprouts. Stoma. Huh? So making that happen is going to be an assignment for our caretaker. So that is what is proposed. It's not yet approved, but I believe we shall approve it. The EXCO has been positive, has been supportive when it comes approving. So we shall be able to present this for approval at some point. The proposed housing structure is one big structure with 2 sides. Similar to this, in terms of how it will look structure-wise, but it might not be as expensive as this one, but it will be equally good. So this is what we want to have. Mr. JB shall need money to have this. So we need to do what we're supposed to do to have something like this. So this is the proposed structure of our animal housing. 2-sided with the feeding ploughs inside. Then with the way that can even a truck can pass in the middle. So that is what we are looking at. Then, some things that's also looking at putting in place is the water system. When I was talking to the guy who is supposed to contract for our water system, we talked about two things. One, getting a pump. These pumps are not very expensive in China. About 1.5 million we can get a pump. So that is one option that he gave us, to pump water from our dam. We are lucky that UGADU farm already has a pump. It has a dam. We have a dam in our land, which has water all the time, throughout the year. Then, we shall also need water for feeding our animals. But because our animals are going to be for milk production, and milk production is for consumption, so we have, next door we have very clean milk. To get clean milk, you have to give animals very clean water. So there are some suggestions which we are yet to discuss on the exco level, but we have been having a discussion with the guy, our contractor, who said we need to do the deep drilling. Ron, you know about this. Getting water from the ground, then store it in the tanks. Those tanks should be full with water all the time for animals to drink. I would not take you through now at the point where we shall have to reap from what we are sowing. So that's why Mr. Chairman, I'm sure will take us through that. I thank you so much for your attention. I'm sorry if I've taken long, but I'm sure the time is worth it. There is a lot that we can do together. There are so many things that we can do together that you cannot do as individuals.
Right.
As an individual, because I remember when we were buying this land, we saved about 180 million in the space of 1 year, I think. 180 million. But imagine if you're an individual and you're looking for 180 million. It takes some time, yeah? It can take you a long time, but once you are together, things can happen easy and very fast. I thank you so much for coming together, first of all. I thank you so much for understanding that the economic war we are fighting, you cannot fight it as an individual. We have to fight it together. Things get harder every day, but when you're together, you can keep moving. I thank you so much, and I wish you a very good evening.
Thank you very much. So, at this very moment, I'm going to invite my chairman to come and take us through or break down the financial report. He was supposed to do it with another colleague of ours, our custodian, the treasurer, who wasn't able to be here, but the chairman is here anyway. Mr. Chair, you're welcome.
The embassy delegation, the community leaders, and the EXCO, and our fellow directors and investors, the stakeholders, without forgetting them, West Bay and other entities who are here, you are most welcome. Let us give a big round of applause for ourselves. Yes. And let us give a round of applause for the community leaders here. Ismail, you're most welcome here. Let's give you a mic. Round of applause. Yeah, let us shake off this OAC that we're starting to feel. But more so, let me also take this obliged opportunity to welcome the delegation from the embassy. Just yesterday, I was at the embassy trying to get some paperwork, and you don't want to know the person who gave me the best of the best care that I have ever found in any of the government of Uganda. That was that lady. So I was very, very, very happy actually to see her. And I've been spreading the news to say, you know, we have greatly really changed, to see that you are welcomed in the embassy and you're given a wonderful welcome and treatment. So I'm so much obliged and happy to see you. And when I saw the names in the communications, actually I didn't know that you're the one. So having you here is an extra mile. When we came together, we have been working as a team. And you know, we have these leaders, but the major job has been done by each one of us. The treasurer, who is Madam, another vibrant, hard-working lady,
but she wasn't be able to attend today. She's having engagements in Dubai, but she gave me some of the highlights that I'm just going to share with you. She said, you know, this UGADU Investment Club started in 2019. You know very well that at the end of 2019, when we were saving money with a lot of efforts and hopes that kept that together, COVID came in. And a lot of our colleagues actually lost their jobs, unfortunately. But the hope kept on alive because we could see that we had planted a seed that eventually will yield a lot of fruits. So a lot of our members actually, we went back. I want us to go back and understand that when we were coming together, we put together the documents that drive us, and those are the constitution of the club as well as the membership memorandum. And all these documents are registered under the government of Uganda. We are well established. We first build the foundations. They are very well established. So the fact that I'm talking about the financial report is I want us to understand, and our fellow stakeholders and the delegation, is that our source of income is the capital contribution from each member, which is 200 dirhams per month. Every member is obliged to pay 200 dirhams per month from the first day of the month until 15th of the month. We did that on a purpose because we know the paying of the salaries and all that, which is a major source of income here. So we considered all these dynamics when we are putting together the paperwork that guides us as a club. If you fail to pay a contribution, capital contribution, by 15th of the month, you have to report yourself to the treasurer, or else the automatic fine will be added on to you. So you have to understand that yes, we are friends, yes, we are leaders, yes, we are a community, but also we are governed by documents and foundations. And really that's what makes us stronger. When COVID came in, why I said all this is we actually went back and agreed on the 70% of the members to amend the constitution. So we amended the constitution and we said we provide some of the provisions like applying for dormancy. If you have lost a job, the executive committee would sit down and assess your situation. If you have lost a job, we would assess your situation, and you can request for the dormancy of about 3 months. And then if those 3 months have finished, have elapsed, and you haven't found something else, you would also go back and request for another 3 months. We know we were all affected economically in one way or another due to this unfortunate pandemic of COVID. So we really thank God that we have recovered steadily from that. So though it affected us, like any other economic entity, we were all affected by COVID. But we have to be thankful. We have to report to you that from COVID 2022, by January of 2023, we had 60 million in arrears. But of today, we have recovered 30 million from the areas, and we are remaining to recover 30 million from those areas. So it's when you look at it, I cannot say as that I'm proud of it, but it's a good job done. But we're still emphasizing that if you have talked to the treasurer and the EXCO, please go ahead and remain loyal to the commitment that you promised that you will follow the plan. So even though the investment club, the investment committee that has 5 people, they will bring the proposals. They have to go back to the main group to vote. We have to get 70% of all the members for the project to go ahead. We have funded for the investment committee the transfer titles, land farmhouse, fencing, feeds, and many other sub and administrational projects that have come up. And for that, actually, she gives me the as of the last statement, we have so far used around 72 million for only this year. The main aim why we came together was to see that economically we move, socio-economic transformation. But in doing these projects also, we have transformed the community of Nakaseke, where we are dealing, where our farm is. So she said, as part of that, I should also extend the appreciation to you. When we did the soil testing before establishing the farm, the community benefited from it because we did our best soil testing from one of the best trusted laboratories in Makerere. And the analysis report helped them to know what is lacking in their land and what type of manure. And we shared the report with the community. So when we did the garden planting, we engaged with a prison within the area. There is Wanyoto prison. We were able to use more of the manpower within the area. We are using around 50 people in establishing the garden. You are doing a great job, and I would ask you that you should clap for yourselves for improving the livelihood of the people. But also, let me stop here for now. This, of course, it was the financial report. Maybe if I come back in another capacity, I will talk more about other dynamics. But before I hand over back the microphone to the MC, allow me to welcome Sham Events, who has just joined us. You're most welcome. Thank you for honoring our invitation. God bless us all.
Without wasting much time, we're going into another special moment where we're going to be handing over, where we're going to be giving out certificates and appreciating the EXCO, the executive committee that has served us right from 2022 to 2023. Sorry for that. So we're going to be appreciating them as they exit, as we welcome the new executive committee to take on the mantle for the next, 2 years? Yes, democracy, democracy, democracy. So at this juncture, I'm going to welcome my General Secretary to come and preside this next session.
Being given the opportunity to preside over the next session, I would like to invite our community leader, Mr. Ismail, to be handing over the certificates to the outgoing committee. But before he comes, I would just like to give you a brief history about our club. Our club consists of different committees. We have the chairman, the vice chairman, the secretary, the treasurer, PRO, disciplinary chairperson. However, some of them are here and some of them are not here. Some are in travel to other countries, and others are back home, and others are in Dubai. So whoever is here will be getting their certificates. So with having said that, I would like to invite Mr. Ismail to do the needful. We'll begin with the outgoing General Secretary to receive his certificate.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Ismail Okedi, a resident of Abu Dhabi since 2006. I'm here in UAE today. I'm here in 3 capacities. One, I'm trying to represent my sister from the embassy. 2, I'm here to represent, we have the AUU, that is Ugandans. We have an association that is governs Ugandans in UAE. I'm on the executive, and I will receive the invitation our president told me to come and attend this evening. The third capacity, I'm on the executive of Ugandans in Abu Dhabi community. I'm as an elder, as an advisor. I appreciate your unity, and trust is very important. Because where there is money, you know, there are two things in this world that divide people. Two things that divide the people in this world. Money, for us men, money and the women.
Okay.
Those two things, they move together. But once you're in such an organization and you have set up such an organization and you have made this big investment in a capacity, one, it has brought employment to both home people.
Yes.
And you have showed the people, the Ugandans, that people in the diaspora are not sleeping.
Right.
Because most of them think we are here, Kwemulisa. I think that's the right word I should use.
Yeah.
The Uganda word, Kwemulisa. But you have showed them. We are showing them. And we pray that more people should do such organization. Inshallah, as a community leader, I'll take back the information and inform my people of Abu Dhabi, especially because you say you always start with your people.
Right.
So right?
Yes.
So I'll pass the message. It is subscription of 120 yearly, 200 month. And I'll have the document later. You'll give me and I'll pass them to the committee, because those will have a committee in Abu Dhabi that governs Ugandans,
right,
so that I can sell or market this project. I'm really humble. I will not talk too much because I was not against the order. I was just arrested here, but we are brothers, we are together.
Yes.
But I'm very happy for the good work.
Thank you.
Keep up.
Thank you for those kind words, Mr. Ismail. And because of time, so I would like to invite the outgoing General Secretary, Mr. Gordon Murangula, to come for your certificate.
Thank you. Keep up.
Thank you, Excellency.
Gordon, thank you so much for your dedication. I just have one word for Mr. Gordon. No matter the office change, you still have to continue serving as you've been serving in the previous committees. Thank you again for your service.
Ladies and gentlemen, I've just cited one of the leaders on the executive of Ugandans living in Abu Dhabi. Sham Events, please, could you join me and we hand over this? I don't want to be alone.
Yes.
And Madam from the
Embassy.
please join me and we hand over this.
Yes.
Not me alone to do it. I think the things will be balanced,
Yes.
right?
Thank you.
Thank you.
The next person to receive the certificate is Mr. Ronald Kalema, who served as the investment chairperson in the previous committee of 2021, 2023.
Yes. All right. I shouldn't. Okay.
I put it in the middle.
Yes.
Again, I would like to thank Mr. Ronald Kalema for your dedication and commitment towards UGADU. We are where we are because of this kind of people. There is a lot of sacrifices that goes on behind curtains that other people seem not understand. But all in all, thank you guys. Another person that is going to receive a certificate from the outgoing executive committee is Mr. Elita Shovia, who worked as a PRO for the executive of 2011-2023. Please, Eddie, thank you for your dedication, commitment, the push. Thank you so much. Another person that is going to receive the certificate is Miss Nisima, the only Iron Lady.
Miss Panisha.
She served as the disciplinary chairperson. Thank you for your service. Please continue this kind of good work. We love it, we need it every now and then. Thank you. Another person to be receiving the certificate is Madam Brenda Namale. She served as assistant PRO. Unfortunately, she's not here. She's in Dubai, engaged with other commitments. And for your information, she's now our treasurer for the new executive. And another lady who is supposed to receive a certificate is Madam Zam. Unfortunately, again, she's not here. She traveled to the UK, but she's doing well and she wishes us well. I have some words for her. Zam was such a dedicated person. She is such a dedicated person that even amidst all the challenges, COVID and all those issues, she stood up her grounds and encouraged all of us to do under due diligence, and people did what they had to do, and here we are. Thank you, Zam, in your absence. The next person to receive a certificate is Mr. Havasa Jackson, who served as a Vice President for 2021-2023 Executive Committee of UGADU. This is a special certificate of appreciation to our own boots on ground then, who worked as a project manager, and that is Mr. Tugume Nixon. About Mr. Tugume Nixon, during COVID, things didn't go well with him here and he went back home. But when he went back home, he did not just relax. He worked as a project manager. Every now and then we used to send him to Nakaseke. He's based in Kampala, but we used to send him to Nakaseke, and he did the due diligence. All those achievements that you saw before, he's the man behind curtains there. And the last person to receive that certificate is myself, Herbert Ananias Intuyo, who served as chairperson 2021-2023. This was a challenging moment, but there was a lot to learn. And one thing that kept me going forward with my committee and with all the members was the trust, the love, the openness we had with one another. Without these things, nothing can go on. Always we all come from different backgrounds. We all see things in different ways. But as long as you find a common ground, there will always be progress. There will always be certain achievements. So I would like to take this moment to thank all of you, those who are present and those who are not here. That thank you for the entrustment you've given us, and thank you for letting us be your leaders. Thank you once again.
So at this moment, I'm going to invite my chairman to come and do the calling in of the new executive committee. Yes, you're most welcome, my chairman. Please.
Once again, let us give a mighty welcome of a round of applause by clapping to ourselves. We are doing a great job. Yeah, let us appreciate ourselves. Yeah, once again, our beloved delegation from the embassy, community leaders, stakeholders, all the companies represented, and the executive committee, as well as the all directors. Yeah, so let me take this on again to introduce the incoming EXCO. We did it before virtually, but now we are going to have this gesture to do, represent them to you. So the new EXCO, ladies and gentlemen, UGADU is governed by the Constitution. Like I said, we are democratic. 100% democratic. So every 2 years we sit down and we elect the leaders, and there are certain criteria. We have a very good, well-established independent electoral commission, and it has done really a very great job for us. So myself, I am the incoming chairman to take on the mantle. You know, they say that we are able to look further because we are standing on the shoulders of those leaders who have come before us. Allow me to introduce Mr. Joseph Sendagire as the vice chairman. Yeah, he's a very well-dedicated man who offered himself to serve in this relation. The general secretary who makes sure that he takes care of the records, the membership of all the members and all the records of the club is none other than the former chairman and now incoming general secretary, Mr. Ananias Ntuyo. And a very dedicated lady from, let me say, which clan is that? Is that Mamba clan or something? Brenda Namai. She's not here today, but she's one of the most dedicated person that I have worked with as my assistant in PRO office for the last 2 years. And she's now taking on, using her skills as an accountant to also bring them together as a collective effort to see that we transform ourselves financially as well as socially. But more so, a very important office in our investment club is the investment committee, and it is headed by investment chairman. He's our former chairman who established the club as well as the general secretary, right? But is now coming in as the chairman investment committee. So, according to our constitution, you cannot serve in office more than 2 terms. And there is nothing like Kujuko Atako. No. We don't touch. So that is how we want to keep it as a culture. But also more so a very important office, which is public relations. I was a public relation for 2 years. And I know that it is a very sensitive office that works on updating the members about the ongoing progress in the projects, but as well as to keep the image of the club in the eyes of the public, but also to work with all the governments, all the offices within the club to make sure that their projects are going on steadily. So we have voted in a very vibrant young man, Mr. Ronald Karema, who will be our publicity chairman. But there is also a person who is coming in as the second term. This will be her last term in this office. She has done well, and that is the reason why we have entrusted her with the second term. And she's the chairman of the disciplinary committee, and she's the second woman on the committee. So we have also done gender balance. And according to our constitution, we have to have at least 2 ladies on a committee. And that is Madam Sofina Nisima. Call her Sophie if you like. So according to our constitution, you have to have at least 2 ladies on the committee. And she's the only one standing right today, but also Brenda Namai as the treasurer. So ladies and gentlemen, and my fellow directors, and our chief guest of today, allow me that when we invite you next year, end of next year, our financial year will be ending in December, because it's mandated to have every year annual dinner that we normally have. These will be the men that will stand here to testify their achievements, but also not be shy to share their failures. Ladies and gentlemen, let us give them a round of applause. Thank you so very much. And as the chairman, I promise you that I will provide you the leadership as God leads us. Thank you so much. Please, may you take your seat. The biggest labor company in Uganda that is now giving the highest labor is Uganda prisons. But it is hard for us to even book 50 prisoners in Wanyoto. This prison cell is establishment is just around 20 kilometers from our farm. But to book 50 prisoners, there is a queue for almost 1 month. All the farmers have already booked them for almost 3 months. We were not being able to get them on a planting section. We had to book them a month before, but we were not able to get them. Even when you move to Wobrenzi and other places. So I feel that we need to go back and tell people that we can organize ourselves. There is a lot of unemployment in our community, but if we can organize ourselves, so that an establishment like UGADU, when he needs someone, when he needs 50 workers, we'll just go to JBS Workers and Establishment Consultancy and get them to work on a basis. This will be okay for us. So the workers are there. There is a lot of unemployment, but there is also lack of organization. So I feel like if we can organize these communities to know that they can come together as workers, establish themselves so that they can be ready for the opportunity, that will be okay for us. So, Madam, allow me to report you to that. That is one of our findings that we found during our establishment of the investment. With a great honor, allow me to introduce our chief guest, who is an delegate from the Ugandan Embassy in Abu Dhabi. You're most welcome, Madam.
Assalamu alaikum, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening. My name is Alhamdulillah Sabil Mutesi, and I come from Uganda Embassy as consular assistant. It's nice seeing all of you here. I really appreciate the job that all of you are doing, and I didn't know about your portfolio. However, I'm going to tell the ambassador whatever I heard today here and whatever I learned from your company. It's very nice meeting all of you, and I hope I can join you in future as me.
Yes.
I hope you can bring your portfolio and keep it at our embassy so we can give people who are coming there, and I hope they will join you.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Now today we are here, as I informed you, with the new chairman for Uganda Investment Club. Ugandans is in Abu Dhabi. They have a club, and this is the new chairman. Kindly, can you introduce yourself?
I'm so delighted and happy, humbled. Greetings to you all. My name is Eric Tashobia, and like I've been introduced, newly elected chairman for UGADU Investment Club.
Yes.
Basically, Ugandans who are like-minded, based here in Abu Dhabi, coming together as an investment club.
Oh, briefly, can you explain to those who have not attended what is UGADU all about?
UGADU, it is all about Ugandans living in Abu Dhabi who are like-minded, coming together to do the investment club together. The main aim is for putting together the resources, money to invest back home and have what we call economic dependency or economic freedom. Yes.
Okay, another thing, someone may need to know, so far you are saving and you are doing wonders. Which thing can you tell a person who has not attended here you have done so far?
So far we have done and achieved a couple of things back home. Actually, UGADU Club, what I did not tell you is that it started in 2019, and so far with about 24 members and with a number of 9 people on the EXCO,
yes,
our executive committee, we have managed within this short period of time, despite some challenges with the COVID-19, yes, we have established so far 40 acres of land in Nakaseke, yes, Uganda, and we are exploring to do a lot of projects on that land. And so far we have started with the what we are establishing a farm, and we want to deal in actually dairy production.
Yes.
We want in the next 2 years to be one of the biggest farms, not only a farm that produces milk, but also to make it as a technical institute for the local members of the Nakaseke area, and as well as the students who would wish to come and learn from our farm.
Okay. Another thing, is the number limited, or you can recruit other members to join you?
So far, you can contact us to go through the vetting process. Like I said, we have a constitution and a membership guidelines that we have to follow. So you can contact us anytime. We will see that if you are eligible to join us. Of course, you will join us on a cost, since it is a group economic oriented. It will be a cost, but still we are still open. You can join us. We can tell you what we're all about, and we're not limited yet.
Can you explain some of the requirements someone may need to know if he wants or she wants to join?
One of them is we are actually only focusing on people who are living in abroad. Secondly, if you're eligible to pay 200 or equivalent dirhams per month as the monthly capital contribution fee. Secondly, we will have to put a certain amount as the administration cost, which we are yet to explain to you in details if you are willing to join us. So I would recommend you really that you contact us first. You go through the vetting committee, and we see that if you are really eligible to join. But I would say that we welcome a person who is committed and who knows what investment is all about. And like I told you, we have already moved a step further in establishing things on the ground, choosing the project, investing in the information project, doing the groundwork, mobilizing the manpower, and mobilizing the machinery, as well as training the manpower. So there will be a certain percentage that we will put in for that journey that has already been walked so far.
Okay, lastly, now can you mention your contact? You have the platform where someone can find you, like Facebook or Twitter, any information someone who may need to contact you, or call number?
Okay, so for now we are using the number of the chairman who is in the office, and my number is open 0554-3370-56, or you can email us at UGADU, Ugandans in Abu Dhabi. I will start it again, Ugandans in Abu Dhabi at gmail.com.
Okay, thank you so much. This is a new chairman, incoming chairman for UGADU, the Ugandans in Abu Dhabi Investment Club. Thank you so much. We are so privileged to have you, because you are doing a lot to our Ugandan economy, and you are investing and you are giving employment to Ugandans who are living in Uganda. Thank you so much. I'm so privileged to be here.
Thank you.